He's being admitted.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the BCN.
Yeah, please unmute.
Let's see. Hello, George. Good morning.
Good morning. Soon to be good afternoon.
Well, let's be in the moment.
In the moment
Right?
in time,
In the
it's
moment.
morning.
Thank you for
Good
being
morning.
with us.
Good morning.
Sending
Good
a
morning,
hug and kiss
George.
from
Morning,
everybody.
Jeff. How are you, pal?
Good morning, Tricia. Good morning, Ramona, Jean
George,
Black, Jean,
yeah.
Michael Lank, Dan Forsman, Fred Bizzuto, Brian Sanders coming on any minute. Let's see.
Yeah. I wanted to ask George a question. George, how did your dinner go with your niece Hannah and Tyler Diamond?
Just wonderfully. We had a great time. Unfortunately, that demographic down there at the place we went was a little bit more geared towards the youngsters than it was towards this old man. But we had a great time. They came over to the house for a while. It was wonderful to see him. It was wonderful to meet Tyler. He's a wonderful young man.
Yeah, it seems like they're the two are deeply in love. So I'm glad
It seems to be, and it seems like it's the real thing. So it's very exciting for everybody.
All right, well, we're going to get to everyone else so everyone feels like they're a part of this. Hello, Caesar. Hello, Harold. Welcome. Hello, Peter. And I see that Dennis is still coming on. Diana. Let's see. All right, we're going to start our program in a second. I love seeing everybody. Tricia, it's been too long. Craig Peter, I see he's on, if someone could admit him. Hello, Marcy. You're back from out of the country. I wish I was with you out of the country, wherever you were. Okay, welcome everyone to the BCN. I'm going to share a screen with you. So hold on. We're going to go here. And welcome to the BCN. We are in the month of August. Can you believe the time is going by too fast? All right, let's see. Here we go. Hold on one second. Let's go back to shared screen and go down here. Here we go. And here. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. No. Let's see. Let's get John in. Okay. All right.
You had it.
Deborah, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Interesting. All right. Can everyone hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Well, thank you, my co-host, for muting me, and now I am unmuted. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the BCN. It's a pleasure to have you with us, George. Back with us 17 months later. You were at Davos with us. We talked about overcoming adversity. And who would have thought 17 months ago that we were going to be in a pandemic? And now more than ever, your talk about recognition plus communication equals culture of success is so important to all of us. So thank you for being with us again.
Well, thank you, Deborah. And it's always an honor and a privilege to join this group. And, you know, my conversation this morning, I just want to first acknowledge, you know, what a good organization the BCN is that Deborah and Jeff have put together to really help all of us have some guidance and a platform to discuss all sorts of issues as we face so many challenges in our daily life. And then to think about Deborah as a creative connector on the side, I I've always in my life felt that having some coaching is really, really beneficial. And so, I'm honored to be here. Yes, it was interesting that 17 months ago, who'd have known that a week later we would have had the events that transpired when we talked about facing adversity and conquering it with forethought and resilience. And so, when I think about this, I've tried to tailor what I'm going to comment on this morning, to your network of people. I understand that there's significant number of people that may be in the hospitality business or in the physical business of retail or other businesses. And at the same time, there's other of you that may be in a sales force and may be an entrepreneur of a sort of a team of one, but you certainly have relationships with clients. And I think what we're going to talk about today is relevant on all fronts. And it's about human interaction and how we create cultures of success, in my opinion. And I think I start off by talking about the fact that culture eats strategy for breakfast.
George, let me interrupt for 1 second. I wanted to say that I'm going to touch on a couple other things before we get right to your talk.
Okay.
So
right.
I wanted to do that quick intro of you, but then I'm going to come back to you.
Okay.
So just, that's okay. So setting you up for success, everybody. We've admitted everyone in, the mics are muted. There's going to be different segments when you'll be able to come in and let Roderick know when you want to ask a question of George or make any comments during thank you moments, success stories. We've got our Atlanta Community Food Bank update, Atlanta Hawks as well. And then we'll go into our member spotlights. When you see, we'll go to speaker view so that you can see George head on when he's talking, and I'll be asking questions, and then we would appreciate you asking questions as well. Our mission is creating a sense of community by being holistic in that approach. And by doing that, we're helping people generate an ROI and building friendships that lead to sustaining strategic partnerships. Given the fact that we've had to pivot and be in the Zoom world for all these months, Jeff, myself, and all of us on the team understand that many of you want to be face-to-face in a 65 to an 80 attendance like before, and we are with you. And so we are planning on doing that again in October. So bear with us as we try to make this as interactive as possible. And our value proposition is these kinds of meetings that we meet 11 times a year, our mentoring and advocate program, which is helping you generate revenue by meeting each other and staying focused on what each of you can receive by building a trusting relationship and moving things forward. Community engagement is important to all of us, and thanks to our charitable cause, the Atlanta Community Food Bank. Professional development with speakers like George McKerrow, and soon next year, Dan Forsman, and resource sharing, making sure that you're helping each other. The first segment we're going to focus on today is if everyone would share within 20 to 30 seconds the one thing that you are working on in your business that is making a difference because you're focusing on that one thing. So think big, focus on one specific thing that is helping you in your business. And this gives you a chance to really hear from each other. So we'd like to have everyone say a little bit who you are, and then what is the one thing that you're working on in your business today? And let's start with Trisha. What is the one thing, the name of your company, and what is the one thing you've done to simplify your workload by focusing on the most important task in a particular project or initiative?
So since there aren't too many meetings happening these days, my speaking business has slowed down a lot, and I've ramped up my testimonial writing service business. And I've simplified the process so that I'm not wasting any time. My clients and their clients aren't wasting any time. So I use a lot of systems to make it easy for me to interview their clients and write the testimonials. And everybody appreciates that.
Excellent. 30 seconds. Roderick, what about you?
Well, what I've been focusing on is continuing to bring value to the relationships that I build. Of course, I have the business service of credit card processing, but what I focus on is how can I help you to grow your business and network with the proper referral partners? That's helped a lot.
For me, my laser focus is helping all of you be successful. Jeff, what is your one thing? Can't hear you because you're on mute. Okay, we'll come back to you.
Sorry
Oh,
about that. Could you hear me?
yep, we can hear you now. 30
Yeah,
seconds.
trying to touch people more often, and it has its challenges because of COVID and the inability to meet people, face to face. But I'm becoming more proficient with, modern technology, which is always a challenge for me. And just reaching out and touching people, see how they're doing, and seeing how their business is progressing.
Very good. 30 seconds, Michael. What is your one thing that you are doing to simplify your workload by focusing on the most important task?
I'd say the one thing we are working on is SOP, Standard Operating Procedures. If anyone has any ideas or concepts of who writes those, that is what we're working on today and have been for several months.
Okay, that was Michael Jones. We have another Michael Lank. So Michael Jones, thank you very much. And
I apologize.
That's all right.
I thought you were talking to me.
That's all right. And if anyone can respond to Michael Jones with his request by putting it in the chat box, then Roderick can monitor that. What about you, Michael Lank? 30 seconds.
Thanks. There's always too many Michaels, but thing on educating prospects, there's no salesiness about it. And we feel confident about being able to save our clients a pretty significant amount of money. So we're trying to educate our prospects with webinars, seminars, videos, testimonials. Still have some work to do in that area.
So education. Okay, so Michael is the Lank Group. Michael Jones is Kingston Commercial Real Estate. The MP Group is Roderick and Working with Wisdom. So say the name of your company, and then what is the one thing that you've done to simplify your workload in 30 seconds or less? Ramona?
One of the things that we are currently working on as we're expanding is really organizing and automating our CRM system to make sure that we are accurately prospecting appropriate targets and maintaining appropriate follow-up.
Excellent. And your money pages.
Yes, ma'am.
Then we've got Harold Earls. Harold, great to see you. The name of your company and 30 seconds.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Glad to be here. First time. What I have done is really equipping, educating, and empowering our managers here to make sure that they have the resources they need to help our company be successful.
Excellent. Caesar, and it's great to have you with us, Harold. Harold, by the way, Brian Sanders, Dr. Brian Sanders, About You Medicine, is a new client of yours, About You Medical. So he would love to say hello to you. Brian, you want to say hi to Harold? This is an Overhead Door.
Hey, Harold.
Hello.
Okay. Brian, you wanted to meet them, so I'm introducing you. And do you want to take 30 seconds and talk about what are you doing to simplify in your business?
Sure. Yeah, I think what really sets us apart, and I'm a physician and owner of About You Family Medicine, but one of our main focuses is improving the healthcare experience for our folks. And we really go out of our way to, make sure that people's needs are met in a direct and courteous and immediate manner. And by improving the healthcare experience, I think it really brings a lot more trust within the healthcare arena.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a new member, Brian.
Thank you.
Caesar, what about you? What's the name of your company and what are you doing to simplify?
Thank you, Deborah. Nexteris is our company, Supply Chain Management. We are currently really working with the supply chain crisis that's facing America right now with a lot of our clients. So automation, correct technologies in place, and if need be, finding new technologies.
Very good. Amy Henkel, Mythos Media, great to have you with us. What are you focusing on, you and Roger?
Yeah, so as Deborah said, we're with Mythos Media. And for the month of July, we've really been focusing also on our standard operating procedures. For us, it's more like procedures, processes, onboarding, making sure documentation is in place, and checklists.
Excellent. Great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Dr. Empel, what is your one thing?
Well, it's Vernon Woods Animal Hospital, Brookhaven Animal Hospital, and North Springs Animal Clinic. What we try to do is just always to the staff, be compassionate, be understanding. With the COVID kind of raising its head again, we really require masks to come into the hospital, which sometimes can be a little problem. But we try to tell people why we're doing it. We also do curbside. If some people don't want to come in, we'll go out and get the pet and bring it in. But it's primarily in our business, compassionate and understanding and being polite.
Thank you, Dr. Empel. Dan, what is your one thing?
Dan Forsman.
Yes. What is your one
Great
thing?
to be here with you today, Deborah. My
Thank you.
one thing is to continue to build a better environment for my realtors and employees to take their business to the next level. Currently, I'm focused on marketing and Google My Business page.
Dan Forsman will be our speaker in February. Dan is the president and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway Georgia Properties. And we're honored to have you, and thank you for being a CCA winner and member all these years.
Thank you so much, Deborah.
Peter, what is your one thing?
Hi, everyone. Peter Weinbaum, Ameriprise Financial advisor, obviously. My number one thing is to ramp up my 401k business for companies, startups, and improving my service on the existing 401k plans that I run.
Excellent. Marcy Joel, what's your one thing with Darren?
I think I'm gonna take this one. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Ironically, just this morning. So first of all, Blackfire Signs, we do any kind of signage and graphics, and that's part of the thing that we're trying to streamline and make ourselves more efficient. And we right now offer pretty much anything to everyone. And even as recently as this morning, spoke with a strategy person to try really help us focus on products that are profitable and perhaps easier to manage than some of the larger projects we deal with. So really focusing on our product mix. And then of course, employees, getting the right employees in place and streamlining our processes with finding the right people.
Excellent. Thank you. I think if we touched on everybody, if we missed anybody, because we're going to go move forward.
You missed me, Natasha Davis is here.
Oh, Natasha. Okay, we've got Fred, Natasha, John. Go ahead. Let's go ahead, John. You said it first, then we'll go Natasha, then Fred.
Good morning, John Parker with Parker Promotions. We've moved a little bit from looking for new customers every day, all the time, to taking care of our customers that we have right now. And that's been really a good move for us.
Excellent. And Natasha?
Yes, hi, Natasha Davis with Impact Branding Consulting. We do end-to-end brand strategy and strategic planning. Our main focus has been on improving our online and digital position. So we have significantly ramped up our SEO, and we have restructured our client delivery process and really ramped up our automation sequences.
Well, all of us need your services. So I thank you for being here and for being a member, Natasha.
Thanks.
Fred?
Hi, Fred. Fred Bizzuto, Kaiser Permanente software. Sorry, Fred, I'm not used to having two Freds in a group.
That's right.
Our focus is outreach and education, and to help the market see Kaiser Permanente in a different light and dispel the myths that have been in the past. So
that's your one thing.
That's your one thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Fred Broder, what is your one thing?
Well, I'm a speaker and trainer. And of course, as Trish said, the opportunities aren't that as frequent, but the first thing is to be true to myself and what my priorities are. So for example, I just spoke to 400 of the first responders of the state of Tennessee, but before accepting, I had to tell them that unless they were comfortable with my wearing a mask other than when I'm on stage, I would decline the opportunity. So basically what I'm first doing is saying, what am I comfortable with? Then sharing it with my prospects and clients. And if they're comfortable with it, we do it. And if not, we both pass on it and we're both good to go.
Thank you, Fred. And what is your one thing, Ed? 30 seconds.
Hey, I presume you mean me.
Dr. Ed,
good morning,
yes.
everybody. Edward Muscali Chiropractic. My one thing, well, everybody that is a patient in my office has my cell phone number. And I wear this really neat Braves jersey that I got at my last BCN meeting. That's it.
Thank you. And Megan Ritchie, what is your one thing? Miss Megan, there you go. Uh-oh, unmute. Can't hear you. Unmute.
All right, here we go.
Thanks. So Megan Ritchie with Effective. I help local businesses grow through digital and TV campaigns. And so the one thing that we've been focusing on is making our business even more client-centric, really understanding a wider, bigger picture of where they want to go and how this fits in and meets expectations. So everything's really laid out very, very clearly.
Excellent. Have we
Deborah?
touched on- Yes.
Hi, Duffy Dixon with Duffy Dixon Media.
Hey, Duff.
I would say this month, what I've been doing is following up with clients who we've provided video services for and making sure that they're making the most of the video that they invested in, that they're using in all the spots they can. And there's also a chance to break up that content that they already paid for and use it in a lot of creative new ways. So that's been really great to have the time to sort of go back and make sure we're customizing what they need and what they've already invested in to make sure they're using it all.
Love it. So I just want to share. Hello. Okay. Hey, Bobby, someone's got a little extraneous noise behind the scenes. So if you can turn that off, Bobby. Yes. You're one
So
thing?
Bobby, can you hear me? I'm Bobby with Brave Approach, and we do graphic design, printing, and mailers. Our one thing that we've been focusing on, my biggest one thing that I've been really driving home is what I call world-class customer service. I want to make sure that my clients are happy, and I do this by listening to them, asking questions, making suggestions, delivering a quality product, and thanking the customer for their actual orders. There's two types of clients that's going to talk about you, the ones that you give really bad service to and the ones that you give really excellent service to. I want to strive for the client that's going to give us a good review.
Fabulous. All right. Excellent. Everyone. Now, don't we miss anyone? Because we're going to go to another segment.
Tim Miller.
Okay. So Tim Miller, yes. Your one thing, 30 seconds.
Hi, Deborah. I actually have two. In the last 6 months, Tim Miller, I'm TP Corporate Lodging. We have furnished apartments for people who need 10 housing.
Okay.
And the last months, I've been delegating a lot more to my great staff. And this month, I'm currently fine-tuning our operations in the field, the folks that go out in the field every day, and giving them a better streamlined system to work with.
Excellent. Thank you, Tim. How about Jack Hyman? Jack, what is your one thing? 30 seconds.
Jack Hyman Office Furniture Expo. We sell office furniture, and a lot of our clients are in the BCN, CCA. The one thing we are focusing on very strongly in the last few months is high touch on our customers. With the supply chain problem coming from China or from Canada or from the West Coast of the United States, it's important to keep our customers informed and make sure they understand what's happening with their furniture, where it is, and when they're going to get it, and of course follow up after the sale and after the delivery. The delivery is the start, not the end. So
Yes.
we're focusing on the high touch of our customers.
Thank you, Jack. Very good. And Amy, what is your one thing, Amy Kelly?
Hi, everybody. Amy Kelly, Insurance Nana. I specialize in individual health insurance plans. So for health insurance, it's really confusing to my clients, especially my Medicare clients. And I just take the time with each customer, explaining them in detail how Medicare works. It's not as confusing as they thought it was, and just making sure each client feels comfortable with the decision that they're making.
Excellent. Have we touched on everybody? Russ Hall, what is your one thing, Russ?
So my one thing has been to really focus on the opportunities that the COVID-19 epidemic offers. The way that's shaken out for me is much better health, jumping way forward into operating in a virtual world anywhere, anytime. Those have been the biggest things, and getting some help in the business to help me do that rather than do it myself, even though doing it myself can be fun.
And Russ Hall is Action Coach, Russ Hall. So he's our business and executive coach and third-year member. Thank you. Have we touched on everyone before we move forward? Let me tell you that we decided to create this new segment because many of you have said, you know, Deborah, I paid $1,500 thinking that I would be meeting in person. Or Deborah, it would be great to see more people more often. So we've created this segment. We'll be doing it every month. And when we go live, we'll still be doing it so that all of you that talk to me about who you want to meet can actually meet these people, see their face now, hear them speak, and then you can follow up a little bit more and a little bit more effectively. So I hope you guys like this. Please let us know in the survey. And now we're going to move on to the next segment.
Hey, Deborah, quick question.
Yes.
So during this segment, like if you have two people work for the same company, they both should speak, or should you just combine your ideas and just have one speak?
Just one speak.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let me go back. Can everyone see the slide?
No.
No.
No? Okay. So let me hit escape. Let me see here. This is the only thing about what we do. Here we go. Let me hit, if I hit N, oh, let me go back to shared screen. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, thanks for bearing with me. All right, next is thank you moments and success stories. I know there's a couple here that I've heard about that I'm very excited about. So if one of you or two of you can share a thank you moment and success story so that everyone hears this, would be great.
Deborah, it's Natasha. May I share a thank you and a success?
Sure.
I would actually like to thank Jacqueline Lithacombe from Rosewood Home Care. We had a power chat, and she has decided to entrust Impact Branding Consulting with her brand, and we have been having a phenomenal time working with her. So we want to thank Jacqueline for that, and also Deborah, I thank you for making sure that we made that connection.
It's great to hear. Congratulations to you both. Thrilled. Craig, are you on? Craig Peter?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Deborah. I'd like to thank William Weideman from Synovus Bank for helping me get started on some sound financial planning. And also, I'd like to thank Fred Bizzuto from Kaiser Permanente for helping me resolve an issue. And thank you, Deborah, for connecting me to these two gentlemen.
You're very welcome. And Craig, the name of your company and what is your one thing?
Craig Peter Personal Training. I'm just focusing on awareness of what's going on around you and paying attention to other people and situations to help people. As I found myself this morning helping a young lady, I literally pulled her out of a burning car on 85 this morning. So life is strange. Just be ready for anything.
Oh my God, Craig. Okay, well, that's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Aaron Wynn, I know you're there, Aaron. What is your one thing? Aaron? Are you still there, Aaron? Okay, we'll get back to Aaron. All right, our mentoring program is this. What we're doing right now really is a form of mentoring. It's an expanded version of our pipelines, and it helps you build relationships again that leads to business and great new strategic partnerships. The Atlanta Community Food Bank update. Ben, I know you can loop in your 1 minute update, your one thing as well, but Ben, why don't you give us an update since the last two events that you participated in with the BCN?
Sure, thanks so much, Deborah. Yeah, we've had a couple of great events. Thank you, Matt at Good Game, who has been a gracious host to both of those events. But no, Kevin, Darlene, and Ross with Oasis Landscaping hosted a wonderful customer appreciation event at Good Game. And also Mark and Brian with the Wealth Enhancement Group and Mike with Procom hosted a meet and greet at Good Game as well. I just want to thank them for allowing us to be part of those as well. And with their efforts and their support from those events, we've been able to provide over 24,000 meals with their support from those events to members of the community, to struggling families. So thank you to all of you guys for that. I also want to thank Roderick with MP Group for hosting me for his podcast. Appreciate that. And obviously always thank you for good.
And Ben, just in the last 30 seconds, if you could share the meaning behind, well, let's talk about how to volunteer and how to get engaged with you, because you mentioned the Oasis event and you mentioned the meet and greet. So you want to connect the dots on that?
Sure. I mean, we've started back volunteering 5 days a week in the 8:30 to 11:30 and 1:30 to 4:30 shifts. We are maxing that at 30 people for safety reasons, but you can reach out to me or you can go to acfb.org to find which shift might work best for you if you'd like to get involved. but we are open to that. And I would say that right now, our focus, basically at this point, we are still distributing 30% more food than we were pre-COVID. And so right now our focus is on making sure that every struggling family that needs a meal has it in our network of people.
Excellent. And do you have a one thing that you're working on for you? Is that it? Is that for you?
Yeah, and I mean, navigating COVID problems right now to basically give a return on the partnerships that we have within the community and making sure they have a good experience while navigating, not being together a lot of times as well.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Ben. And everyone the best way to reach you for their interest in volunteering in the Hunger Action Center, which is what this is here, is to reach you by phone, email, text.
Sure.
Right?
Email and phone is my cell phone number is on our one pager and my email.
Thank you very much. Sashi, are you there? Sashi Nakato? Uh-oh. So Sashi will be, and Joe English. Joe, are you with us this morning?
Yes, I am.
Joe, let's wrap this into what is your one thing and what company are you with?
Thanks, Deborah. Netta Rizvi and I are with Taylor English, a full-service business law firm. And my one thing right now is I am working on being very intentional about being hyper-responsive to requests that come in, whether it's requests for an introduction to someone, requests for assistance. I'm just trying to be hyper-responsive.
Excellent. I want to add that while you're on, you're a 5-year member. You're one of our few 5-year members that you've been with us since we started.
Thank you.
And you will be hosting and the food sponsor for the October meeting with the Atlanta Hawks as our panel, Fireside Chat. We moved that from September because of COVID restrictions to going live in October. So this example here is the food that that Nakata will be providing. It's a customized bento box, and this is what we will be eating if, knock on wood, we go live, which we should be in October. If anyone has vegetarian or food allergy restrictions, please let Justin in, by the way, Roderick, if you get a minute, or Jeff. I see he's arriving. So if anyone has vegetarian or food allergies, please let us know at least a week before. So the October 14th event, so a week before then, let us know, and then I can let Sashi know. Sashi, are you on with us?
I am, Deborah.
Okay, so I just shared a little bit. Did you want to add anything more to what I said? I know that we're thrilled that you'll be our caterer for the October meeting. And I just kind of touched, you want to share a little bit about what this bento box is and then what your needs are from the members?
No, I just need to know if there is any food discrepancies that we should be aware of before the event.
Okay. And you will also be renewing your membership. So we're thrilled you're going to kind of combine everything into that event and working closely with Taylor English. So thank you for that. Do they need to know anything else about the bento box or no?
No.
Okay. And I know that you're, when you renew, you're going to be focusing on catering. So that'll be great for our members to get to know you by that and dining in. Justin, are you with us now? Actually, Sashi, what is your one thing that you're working on?
I'm working on connecting with the community and just being able to support the guests who have supported us as well as the staff.
Wonderful.
Hey, Deborah, I'm
hey,
here
Justin.
now.
All right. Well, Justin, why don't you share an update with us? We first want to say on behalf of all of us, congratulations on a great playoff and everything that's come from it. Much mazel tov. And we're here with you in your 3rd year with us, going into your new season coming up in October. How can the members engage with you? How can you help them?
Yeah, thanks, Deborah. Really good to be with all you guys. Appreciate all the notes and little encouragement that you guys sent during our exciting playoff run. I know it was the city really, partnered with us, and it was a lot of fun there. But as Deborah mentioned, we are transitioning towards focusing on next season. So lots of opportunities as we kind of get back to a normal attendance, normal arena. Tons of package options for you guys if you're looking to utilize tickets for clients or employees. We also do group outings, which is something that I really specialize in. We have a team building package that we're going to be rolling out here shortly, where we can set up a time for you and your business, your employees, your clients to come down to the arena before a game and mix and mingle in one of our courtside club spaces. So that's something that we definitely we're going to have the option to do at all of our events this year, as we kind of get back to having more normal group outings as we get hopefully towards a normal schedule. But again, really excited for this season. There's tons of opportunities. Drop me a note. I'll plug my email here in the chat. Feel free to connect with me, and we can figure out the best way for you guys to utilize Hawks tickets as we really turn the page towards next season. It's going to be a really exciting year. Obviously, coming off Eastern Conference Finals, there's a lot of excitement and energy around the team. And I would bet that your family, your friends, your employees and clients would love to come out to a game next season. So let's connect, and I'll drop my email in the chat.
Wonderful, Justin. And also you're going to be, October is at Taylor English, as you know, with the Atlanta Hawks panel. So we're excited to hear, hopefully me soon, who is going to be speaking.
Yep, excited for that. We'll get those details out to you guys so you can share it soon. But yeah, excited to be here, and thanks for allowing me to share.
Thank you very much. Okay, we have, as we mentioned, William Pate, the President and CEO of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. That will be our next September 9th roundtable, and it'll be focused on the hospitality recovery. So economic development, tourism, restaurants, and hotels. We just talked about the Hawks. November 11th, we've got a dynamic restaurant fireside chat panel. And then December 9th, we've got our holiday mixer. Holiday mixer is hosted by Good Game. The restaurateur panel is going to be hosted by Stars and Strikes and Stone Mountain. And again, Taylor English for October. I will tell you that our panelists are Sashi from Mikado, Matt Kimbrough from Good Game, Kip Lowry from Stars and Strikes. We've got Lead Hospitality Group, Scott McRae, Ryan Pernice with RO Hospitality, and Center Archie Restaurant Group's Megan Wallace. George, we're going to go right into it. And so the first thing I'd like to do, we'll go ahead and do a speaker view, is let's take a look at you. And George, 40 years in the business as a restaurateur, founding Longhorn Steaks. And prior to that, everything that you started your career with, it's an honor to have you with us. Everything that you do in terms of sharing with the community, the more that you give, the more that you get back. That has been your philosophy. And you're called the Dinner House Legend by Nation Restaurant News. They give you credit to really founding the casual dining segment 20 years ago. And that was when you started with Longhorn Steaks. You are the CEO and co-founder of Ted's Montana Grill, which there are 10 in Atlanta, but many more across the country. And you started as a teenager. You went to Ohio State. You started the Victoria Station restaurant chain. You were with Rare Hospitality Group, which was part of Longhorn Steaks. You co-founded We're Cooking, which many of you have eaten at Canoe and Aria, and so George is one of the owners of that. And so you are a busy man, not only in business, but also with your family and in giving back to the community. So I want to go right into you, George, and talk about, since we last heard from you and you talked about adversity, and now we're talking about how recognition and communication equals culture of success. Tell us about that, and to our members who run small to medium-sized businesses, what can they learn from that?
Well, thank you very much, Deborah. And actually, I'll just say one thing. Yesterday was actually the 40th anniversary of the opening of the first Longhorn on Peachtree. So, and 20 years ago, we started Ted's Montana Grill. So thanks for making me much younger than I actually am. But it's an honor to be here. And as I started to say earlier, You know, I believe that we have to remember that having a strategy in our business is crucial, and we absolutely have to have strategic process, and that's part of what we talked about the last time. But along with that is, how do you deliver on that strategy? How do you deliver yourself to success in whatever business you're in? And I truly believe that culture is the key. And when I say that is because if you get the buy-in and you create a culture of unity and a culture of success within your organization through various things that we're going to talk about, which is openness, honesty, recognition, stability, and those things, you lead to a place where the mission is accomplishable, so the strategy can actually be accomplished. In other words, it's one thing to put down a strategic plan, it's another thing to deliver on that plan and ultimately be successful in what you're looking for. So we're all in challenging times, no matter what business we're in. We have a tremendous, in our industry in particular, tremendous shortage of people. And we also have folks that have reevaluated their priorities in the workplace, and they want more direct communication, they want more openness, they want more honesty, and they want to feel like they're listened to. And so I think it's very important that we go out and embrace that. So, you know, 2 weeks after I spoke to this group last time, right, 100% of our businesses were shut down across the country. We had the unfortunate necessity to furlough almost over 2,000 people. We managed to only do that for 2 weeks, but we figured out, as we were trying to figure out how we were going to survive our business, we didn't know what the future was. It was just really a black hole. We realized that open communication with our team members and sharing with them exactly where we were and what our thought process was, and inviting them to the table to talk to us about their feelings and how they felt, really helped us garner tremendous support and respect and stability in our teams. And so when I talk about this, I talk about the fact that you know, the communication piece. I think that the companies that have struggled the most, there's a couple of reasons. Some simply didn't have a financial plan going into COVID, and they were caught with no cash reserves. And if you run in particularly a business like a retail business or any business, and your cash flow ceases 100%, which it did for all of us, and you don't have any cash reserves, that's a whole nother problem that's been very insurmountable for, unfortunately, too many businesses. On the other hand, if you were fortunate enough to be able to move forward and you were reevaluating your strategy, our strategy, reevaluating how we were going to succeed, what we were going to do differently coming out of COVID, and taking advantage of the fact that we could reposition our business, we needed to be flexible and we needed to move. The most important thing was, how are we going to maintain a culture of success? How we're going to maintain a team that wanted to go forward with us and help us create our success. And so what we found was that people that failed to communicate, and believe it or not, there was a lot of companies that just went radio silent with their team members. They just sort of disappeared from the forefront. We put in place, and I would recommend this highly, we put in place where every 2 weeks we had an entire conference call with every team member in our company and with our management teams. And we told them exactly where we were and what our thought process were and why we were doing the things we were doing. And we did reevaluate our business plan, and we did rewrite our business plan. But again, executing that business plan is completely different, because you end up in a place where you have to have empathy for what's going on, right? There's a lot of fear out in the workplace. Whatever your opinion is, there's people that were no idea what their future looked like, particularly if you had been furloughed, or if you saw your business come back slowly and you were a team member. You know, do I have a future in my job? You know, what about my family? How do I protect my health? How do I move forward and be successful? And so we have to have empathy for that. At the same time, as we operate our businesses, we have to hold people accountable. And we have to be able to hold them accountable to actually execute the business plan that we've put in place. So what I just want to talk about really is constant communication. I think being open and honest with your team members, sharing with them, as I said, where your business is, realistically, what your challenges are ahead, and how we need everybody's buy-in to that. The next thing
George,
is go ahead.
okay. I was going to say, let's open it up for a question.
Okay.
So, because we have about another 7 or 8 or 9
Okay.
minutes. So is there anyone that has a question for George? Okay, George, let's talk about one of the things you said is having regularly scheduled meetings, calls for communication. You talked about that, becoming an active listener at all levels within your organization.
Correct. And I think that it's important, and I'm spending all of my time, the one thing I'm doing and have been doing for the last year is going out and meeting face to face with as many team members as I can and listening to what their concerns are and what their ideas are. And I think that the folks in the workplace today want to be brought into the conversation and they want to be heard. You know, salaries are hot, are going up, inflation's real, wages are going up. All of that is all new news or good news or however you want to look at it. At the same time, the current work environment is in that people want to feel that they're part of something. And that is the culture that we create. And having a culture where we listen to each other, share ideas, and include everybody is really, really important to lead us to stability, because none of our businesses can succeed without stability. I had heard one person say today, I'm focusing on the current customers I have, not just customer acquisition. Same thing for us in the restaurant business. We're focusing on the guests that are coming in the front door, and sometimes having to give up things like to-go food and other things like that in order to focus on the folks that are coming to us and making certain that they get the genuine hospitality and full level of service that we've promised. So we all are building our reputations as we go forward. And I think that bringing people into it really leads to a culture of stability.
And George, the last couple of things, make certain your core team is being taken care of financially, emotionally, and build a transparent, honest, connected culture, because some of our members are consultants and don't have employees, but have a lot of clients. And then we have some that have employees. So our members, what would be something that you could touch on relating to those 2 points, whether you're a consultancy or whether you're a medium to large company and have employees?
So your team, you know, it's no different than the restaurant business, right? I mean, our real customer, our real team is the guests that come into our business and spend their money. And if you're a consultant or you're in the sales force, your constituency that you need to be communicative with and open and honest with and bring into your culture is your clients. And so I think it's really important that we understand that sometimes we went out and found in our business, for example, that, you know, we sort of had this great team member, but they were sort of forgotten about, and we were all concerned about the new team members. It's very important that we focus on the team that we have that brought us to the dance, so to speak, and make certain that their wages are being improved, along with the fact that we're hiring at higher wages, that they're being listened to and taken care of and heard from, and feel like they're part of something. Because when people belong to a group or a tribe, the mission becomes much more accomplishable. It becomes much easier to succeed at whatever you're trying to do.
George, and everyone, does someone have a question for George at all?
I have a question.
And who is that?
It's Marcy from Black Fire Signs.
Hey, Marcy.
Hi, Marcy.
Hey. Hi, George. You talked about at the beginning a shortage of people, and I've heard a lot, and I mean, we're finding it in our industry, and I'm sure it's in yours, of people who just aren't coming back to work yet for one reason or another. How are you handling making sure that you have the right staff and then retraining or training people and getting up to speed while trying to reopen and get back on your feet?
Well, that's a great question, and the honest answer is with bubble gum and Scotch tape. You know, I mean, it is a crisis in all industries, and I evaluate it 2 ways real quickly. One, I think there's what I'm going to call the new gig economy, whatever that is. That's people that have found ways and learned ways to work independently at home, are not interested in other things. And this isn't criticism. And then there's what I call the labor economy. That's jobs like ours and others that you have to be physically present. involved in a team, in an office place or a workplace. And you know, whether that's a truck driver, a mailman, a warehouse worker, a restaurant employee, a hotel employee, it doesn't matter, but you physically have to be in place. And what we're finding is a resistance to those jobs. And again, not critical, it's just a myriad of reasons why. Whether it's been home care, whether it's you like working from home, et cetera, et cetera. So what we found is that we have to go out then and create other incentives for people to want to come into our industry. And that has been increase in wages, that has been increase in benefits, that has been in lifting people up, and most importantly, bringing them into the story of our culture and our future, and sharing with them the responsibilities that they might have, but at the same time asking them to join in everyone's success and sharing with them the benefits of joining any job anywhere. And I think that we're starting to see more and more people come out. You know, part of it has been financial ability, not to have to go to work necessarily, but that's not the whole answer. It's really a cultural shift.
George, since we have to go to our spotlights with our 3 new members that have joined, I want to first say thank you for speaking for us today.
Well, thank you very much.
It's been outstanding. Number 2, I want to share your takeaways. So let's go to that. And that is right here. Hold on. Everyone, this will be posted on the website. 5 key takeaways that George alluded to. George, we would like to give you a gift on behalf of the BCN. Matt Kimbrough, are you there, Matt? Matt, George, good game? Okay, so from Matt and from the BCN, we're giving you a $100 gift certificate combined to enjoy Good Game at the Battery as our speaker. And Marcy Joel, for asking the question, you get a $50 gift card from Ted's Montana Grill from George. So Marcy, congratulations on that. And I will connect you guys by email. And then I'll mail that over to you. Well, actually, I don't have the gift card, but
yeah, Janet's sending them to you.
So, okay, great. So then once I get in, Marcy, I will send that to you. And then before we go to the spotlights, I want to have you ask a question of the membership, because you have a special raffle for members.
I do. So here's my question. In 1995, a restaurant that I'm involved in as a partner was opened as a Alice Waters inspired Georgia farm to table restaurant, selecting products from Georgia and cooking totally fresh food in a beautiful setting on the river. Can anybody name what that restaurant is?
Canoe.
Who said that? Who said canoe?
I think Jack was first.
Jack. Well,
Yeah.
Jack, you have won from George McKerrow a $200 gift card to Canoe Restaurant.
Holy moly, thank you.
So Jack, congratulations.
You're welcome.
And George, outstanding as always. We don't want you to leave, so please stay on with us.
Yep.
And please come back. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
And we're now going to go to our spotlights and our new members who have joined. So let's see, we can move this forward here. Hold on. Floor Covering International, Jean. Jean Black is a new member, Kennesaw franchisee. Jean, you've got 2 minutes to share your new member spotlight, your company value, ideal client, best referral, member offer, and the best way to connect with you.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. And I'm really glad to be a part of the new BCN group. So good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I'm Gene Black from Floor Coverings International of Kennesaw, where we lay hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, laminate, carpet, tile, and more. At Floor Coverings International, we work to deliver on commitment to excellence, quality of character, and compassion for humankind. What's more, we bring the floor store to your front door. So with over 3,500 flooring samples, we consult with you to understand your vision for your space, and we deliver on your desired outcomes. So no need to visit any place outside of your home when we can show you samples that directly connect with your decor from the comfort of your couch. What's more, our installers are licensed, insured, and bonded, providing confidence in the work to be done. In addition, we are A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau, and we hold an average 4.7 out of 5 stars on all major review platforms.
Who's your ideal client, Gene?
So our ideal, I was getting to that, but thank you. Our ideal client are people who have either, right now with the housing industry being what it is, people either moving out or moving into their new homes. And all of them are looking to do something as far as an upgrade regarding their floors. Our best referrals, of course, right now are realtors or anybody in that space who is working in or outside of somebody's home.
Well, you also handle commercial and residential, right?
We do handle commercial and also residential. We do a lot of industrial as well. FedEx buildings, we're working on them right now, as well as a couple other government buildings in Atlanta. And then also, of course, residential properties as well.
And lastly, your member offer?
So our member offer for any BCN members that we have that solicit our business, we offer a 10% discount on any flooring product that you choose. Again, we do hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, laminate, carpet, tile, stone, you name it.
And what's the best way to connect with you?
So the best way to connect with us is, well, our phone number here is 470-374-5100, or you can reach us on our website at kennesaw.floorcoveringsinternational.com.
And on the member roster, it's your mobile.
Exactly. My mobile is on the member roster. You can reach me directly there.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Great job. And now we're going to go to Kaiser Permanente, Fred Bizzuto. Fred, we're thrilled to have you with us as well. Fred, you have 2 minutes.
Well, thank you very much. And the 2 words that everybody is interested in is Kaiser Permanente, and what comes after that is the hodgepodge that comes about. My job is to educate the Atlanta marketplace as to what really Kaiser is, because Kaiser Permanente is not a health insurance carrier, but we are a healthcare organization focused on the health and well-being of our membership, because buying a Kaiser plan creates a prepaid medical to be a member to all of our 26 facilities. That is more of an integrated health model where your health records follow you at each one of our facilities. We can go from primary care all the way through the most acute care possible for medical. And what I like to do is I like to educate people as to say that all of our doctors are 100% board certified. They're required to get their boards every single year. And we have disciplines that go from oncology, dermatology, ear, nose, and throat, all the way down to pediatric, primary care, adult medicine, OBGYN, and we can do all the facility testing and everything under one roof. So
who's your ideal client?
My ideal client right now, what it says is I handle all of the small group business. My personal is 2 to 50 employee companies that are looking to help to invest in their membership of their employees by helping them get healthcare. So my ideal partners and referral partners are, I work directly with health insurance brokers that deal in health insurance for either individual, but mostly in the small group space. And we do work with large group as well. So any employer that wants to invest in their health, the health and well-being of their membership or their employees.
And because you work with 2 to 50, you can work with some of our smaller companies that are members. And then those that you can refer them to Amy Kelly or any of our other brokers that are in the BCN. And then real quick, your member offer?
My member offer is this. As I said, Kaiser Permanente is a different breed. So what I do is I do a 15-minute virtual tour. It's a 360 camera tour of any of our 26 facilities to give you a walkthrough experience of Kaiser, which is what makes us different.
Excellent. Thank you, Fred, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a new member. And Michael Lank, you're next, the Lank Group. You've got your 2 minutes to share your ideal client, your company value, best referral, and your member offer. Michael?
Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to meeting and getting to know all of you over the coming months. And again, it's Michael Lank. And at the Lank Group, what we do is we help businesses find high-performing group health insurance for their employees. Unlike Amy, who focuses on individual health insurance solutions, we focus on group or employer health insurance solutions. And although I've been in the industry for more than 30 years, honestly, I've never been more excited than I am right now. And here's why. It's because we are consistently saving our clients 20 to 40% on the group health insurance without increasing employee deductibles, co-pays, or out-of-pocket maximums. I mean, that's a lot to be excited about, really. It's not a marketing ploy to get in the door. The savings are real, and we replicate proven steps that work over and over, which is why we frequently say healthcare is fixed. We work with groups with 10 or more employees, but honestly, the sweet spot where we can do the most damage, you would say, is groups that have between 50 and 500 employees. So our best clients have an owner who's trying to create a family-oriented work culture. They might have a savvy CFO, low profit margins, and they're currently insured by what we call one of the BUCA companies. And that acronym stands for Blue Cross and Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Cigna, Aetna, and Humana.
Michael, what is your best referral partner?
Best referral partners are human resources consultants and directors, wealth managers who might offer 401k plans, CPAs, IT firms, property and casualty firms, individual health insurance advisors, corporate coaches, really any business company.
And what's your member offer?
Member offer is a complimentary projected savings analysis. If we have the right information, we can provide a very accurate what if situation where you can understand what you could save if we implemented some of our unique ideas.
And the best way to connect with you, Michael, before we move on?
I think it's by phone, and then email would be second.
Okay, and you're on the member roster and profile.
Yes.
And thank you very much. And now we want to go to our guest segment, Dennis Dean. Dennis, are you with us from Dennis Dean Catering? Dennis? Oh, okay. Well, Dennis will come back next time. I just want to say on behalf of the organization, everyone that's attended, thank you very much for being with us today. It's great to have all of you. And George, again, thank you for contributing to and making our program successful. Everyone will get a survey, and please fill out the survey. Aaron, are you still with us? Aaron Nguyen? Oh, okay. Thank you, everybody. We're going to end on time. And thanks again to Roderick for being a wonderful volunteer and leader in the BCN. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye all.
Bye. Thank
Remember
you.
to do the record.
Yep.